Well, good morning from Southampton.
It's that day.
It is. It is time to get on a cruise.
We are getting on the Norwegian Pearl, and we are doing 12 days here in Europe. We are heading out to Southampton, and we are ending up in Rome and doing a little bit of everything in between.
That's right. We have a 12-day cruise planned with 11 ports, only one sea day, so no rest for the wicked.
Ooh, it's going to be exhausting, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So follow along.
Yeah.
We're going to get on the ship today, and we're going to show you each day individually in a vlog for the next 12 days. And we are excited to be back on Norwegian for the first time in quite a while, since just after COVID.
Yes.
So, and it's a smaller ship this time for Norwegian, so we're going to check it out, and we've never done the Pearl before.
Never.
So follow along, and we'll show you everything we find as we get on board this ship today. Okay, here we are at the Norwegian cruise port. It's called, I believe, the Horizon port. It's the one that we're at today with the Norwegian Pearl. So we dropped off the luggage and we're about to try to check in. We're checking in now. And just look out the window there. You can see the funnel, the Norwegian Pearl. We're almost there. Okay, off we go. There's a sitting area. Looks like we're going to sit down first. We're not going straight up. We're sitting down and we are waiting now. They're teasing us with the ship just out the window there. Okay, time check is 10:41. We get a 10 to 10:30 time we're allowed to get in, so we're sitting and waiting to see if we can get on the ship. 11:40, they've started boarding people, and the speaker system is really quiet, so it's hard to hear what groups are announcing, but people are starting to get on board, so hopefully we'll be on before noon, since we got about 20 minutes until that happens. So we're almost on board the Norwegian Pearl.
It's boarding time. Let's do this.
Here we go. On to the Norwegian Pearl. It's that time to go along the gangway. That time we all love as cruisers. There she is, Norwegian Pearl. It is 11:50 and we're almost there. First steps.
On Norwegian Pearl.
There we go.
We made it.
We're on board. We're still standing on the edge of the deck. We just came aboard, but
I just read
it's
it.
kind of a weird process going on here of showing people where their assembly station is. I guess that's better than Virgin where you can't find it. But slow people down getting in, but we are officially going in right now. Just came on the ship, and we have the atrium.
So that's the atrium bar.
Atrium bars right there. We are up at deck 8. We are on Oceans. We tried to go see if we could drop our carry-on and vlogging stuff in our cabin, but the doors are closed, so we haven't tried that yet.
For 4 people, please.
So I guess we're gonna check in here, have that first drink, leave even nibble here at Oceans. It's one of our favorite spots on board Norwegian Cruise Lines. First drink looks like it's gonna come from here, the Oceans bar. Do you have Crown Royal?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, is it part of the drink package, the normal one?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Crown with straight up on ice or with something?
I usually have it with like a Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, yeah.
Yep. First drink on the Norwegian Pearl, a Crown and Coke Zero. Quick look at the Oceans menu here. We got appetizers, everything from wings to dips to sliders to nachos and soups and chilies and salads. And then for mains, we've got burgers, dogs, more sandwiches. We even have some Irish favorites and specialties, some fish and chips, some carbonara, and some desserts. Since we're in the UK, we'll call them puddings.
First drink of the cruise, and I went with my classic favorite, margarita.
And of course, Crown and Diet. I've already drank a little bit, as you can see.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're in a different country and on a new ship. I thought I'd try something new. I'm going to try the Caesar salad. Check out this little fancy little thingamajiggy.
So surprising.
Big
He's having a
flat crouton.
Caesar salad.
You're just jealous.
No, I'm not. I don't like Caesar salad.
Our food's come out at Oceans, and I am having they call it the Coney Island hot dog. I'm going to call it the St. Joseph Island hot dog. And We have a little bit of nacho action for me because it's got guacamole. Mrs. Canuck doesn't like guacamole. And you're having?
I went with the Wrangler burger, hold the jalapeno peppers, but there's bacon and cheese and lettuce and tomatoes. It looks like a good burger.
You held the best part.
Fries.
And for the table, we grabbed a couple of
The pretzel
rolls with some little bit of cheese sauce, I think's there. We are done lunch. Lunch update. Caesar salad was the best thing I had. Everything else was lukewarm, so I'm fighting the temperature thing again. Forgot my thermometer at home for this cruise. Come on. Nachos with cheese on it. The cheese should be melted. It shouldn't be still just kind of hard and raw. We are on a hunt for a cabin. The cabins are not officially open yet, but we're going to drop our stuff off on the closet like we often do and leave the cabin so it can be still prepared for us. We have found our room, 8027, and we have a inside cabin. There you go. So we're not going to do a room tour yet. We'll show you a little bit later on. We have dropped our stuff off in the cabin and we are going to try and muster now and get that out of the way. Usually one of the first things we do. And I think it's this one. Getting all those first looks at the ship here. This is like a secondary atrium area, I call this. Right here, where Lotus Garden is, and the French specialty restaurant downstairs. We came to A6. And we have mustard. Well, that was a very easy muster. Usually they tell me how to put a life jacket on. I didn't even know. Hope I remember. And we're here at the Mandarin Spa. They do a free tour, so we thought we'd try the free tour out. Here we go. We're going to the salon first.
I do here a manicure and pedicure, which is our prioritize. Then this is our pedicure area.
You can get the daily spa package that gives you access here. You got a hot tub, a philosophy pool. You've got the rock stone beds down there a little bit farther towards the window.
It's nice and warm. Therapeutic bed.
They look a little hard to me. Yeah, we've got these little personal. I think there's a hot one and a cold one. I'm not sure if this is hot or cold. Check out this freaky mask I found here in the spa. Look at this thing.
And then
I'm not sure what that does to you. Mrs. Canuck thinks I need this for some reason. Not true. I got lots of hair. See? Look at it all. Lots of hair. Okay, we're going in the library. Believe it or not, there are books in here. It must be a good library because they have Clive Cussler. Check this out. Here we're in Southampton. A little bit of mostly cloudy skies, but sun's popping through a little bit. Got this pool right here with the sky-high bar just above it over there. And then looking this way, looks like we got a little bit of a band shell. We got a couple of hot tubs on the other side of the pool here. And over here, there's another pool as well. I don't know if I can face it again, but here we are, pool deck here on the Norwegian Pearl. Okay, we got a little bit of the grill here and some bakery. Outside at the pool deck, they got a little bit of a grab-and-go, fries, burgers, and fruit. But nobody is at the fruit station for some reason. And Mrs. Canuck said I had a good idea. I said, let's go to the Sky High Bar and have a drink out here and enjoy the views of Southampton before we sail away here. Okay, here we are. We are at the Sky High Bar, and I do spot myself some Crown Royal. It's down there on the bottom level. Right over there. You can see the hot tubs from here. There's two pools. And over the edge is IKEA. This must be where Virgin stops to get all its furniture for its cabins. Well, cheers again. Second drink, second Crown and Diet.
Yeah.
I am laughing. This is going to be a whole 12 days of Crown and Diet.
There you go. You're in your happy place.
We have come inside. We are forward of the forward and Spinnaker Lounge. Mrs. Canuck was asking where we were a second ago. We were midship, and I had told her that we were forward of the aft, and she told me that's not possible. I think it's very reasonable, especially after two Crown and Diets. Okay, we are here at the Spinnaker Lounge. We got a little bit of music going on.
This is it. Come on.
A little bit of the dance floor happening.
Dance classes?
Got the bar at the aft of the forward.
Right in the
We have made our way a little farther aft, and we are now in the buffet area.
chaos
It is
buffet.
crazy in here. Everybody's grabbing something to eat. Over here we have a burger bar with all your toppings. I like all those toppings. You got burgers, you got bacon burgers, you got hot dogs. You've got Asian noodle soup over here. They have bacon wrapped meatloaf. I am not lying to you. On the first day, they heard I was coming. Well, the buffet area is a little bit small, but the seating area is a little bit large, so looks like you can always find a seat. We're heading towards the aft of the ship now. We've got a little bit of a surprise buffet back here. What do we have? And a little bit of some hot dogs, chicken, burgers, even some fries, and a few more fixins. We have some hot stuff. I can show you some hot stuff food. There's nobody back here. This is like a secret buffet. We got a little bit of rice and some smoked bourbon chicken. Looks good. Some sausage, mashed potatoes. Up farther, I see a little bit of ratatouille, some chicken shawarma. This is interesting. They've got a quiet zone for dining. Let me see if I can find that for you. So, I am walking through the quiet section of eating in here. I just showed you the sign. We have popped outside here on deck 13. A little bit of a view of Southampton in the IKEA. Mrs. Canuck did not even stop to get me any bacon wrapped meatloaf. So, I don't know. I think that says love when you get someone bacon wrapped meatloaf.
Well, once again, a very good afternoon, ladies and
More
gentlemen.
noises. Maybe the cabins are available now. We'll see.
At this time, I am pleased to inform you that your stations are now ready and accessible, and you may proceed to the stations if you wish to do so.
There you go. It's about almost
A friendly
2:30.
reminder to those guests who
And the
drop
cabins
in
are
lunch
available,
in
so
at the Bliss
and the
Lounge.
staterooms are also available. And
This is a pretty big port.
overlooking, I think that's the aft bar behind the buffet. Oh look, there's a princess ship in port.
There
I'm not
is.
sure what princess ship that is. We have
Guys,
headed
one
down
flight of stairs
into the
because it was
bowels of
chaos.
the ship
It's
to
always
deck
chaos there.
6 or 7.
Embarkation.
Still learning.
And debarkation. Okay?
And we're heading towards one of the features we like on a cruise ship, was a lounge. This one has one up top, Spinnaker Lounge, which is beautiful. And a Bliss Lounge that has 2 more than the Sun Princess that has no lounges. Nothing more relaxing than a nice lounge with some bowling lanes beside them.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
That's kind of like when you're being at home laying on the couch and your kids
Yeah, it's
decide to
weird.
set up a bowling alley beside you.
This
I cannot
Spinnaker
lie.
Lounge, which was at the bow of the ship that
There you
we were
go.
at.
In case you're wondering, you get the more at sea. I'll show you. We're here at guest services again. I thought I'd show you we get the unlimited open bar. There's no limit on drinks. There's no 15 drink limit like there is on other cruise lines. Especially dining, the number depends on the length of the cruise. You get a Wi-Fi package for all guests in your straight room and a little bit of an excursion credit.
Go down
We're
the
Indigo,
stairs too.
which is
But
a small main
You'll
dining
see
room
this one.
included in your fare. I'll show you a little peekaboo in here.
Take a sneak peek.
Here we are in the Norwegian Pearl, and we are in stateroom number 8027, which is an inside stateroom.
Hey everyone,
Here we are.
come on in.
Mrs. Canucks in here.
Yeah, we're quite pleased with this stateroom. We've been on Norwegian ships before that have been narrower than this, but look at the walkway around. I can get around the bed, no problem.
There
No
you
sort
go.
of jumping
So
around.
This stateroom has a bed.
It has a bed.
It's fished together. Can be 2 singles. And what does it have? I'm looking to see if there's any power solutions. Oh, that's interesting. It does have, so we can't see it there. Let me see if I can get it so you can see it. Has a USB solution, but it's over top of your head. So if
Right.
you're one of those people who like to stay up all night long and have your phone connected to your head all night long, you've got power
There
there
you
for
go.
that.
I think it's probably designed for if you had the bed separate, but
It's,
yeah.
yeah.
And
So-
there is a night table with 2 shelves beside the bed. I don't
I'll
know if
show
you
you
can
that.
show that.
Right there
It's
beside
my
the bed.
Suitcase in the way. There you go. You've
And
got some shelving there, and you want to show
we've
what?
got a little bit of fancy artwork. And beside me here is a television.
Some open concept shelves.
We have a mirror here, one of my favorite type of mirrors because I always look so good in these mirrors.
Oh, look at that. You're all lit up, Mr. Canuck.
Check that out. How's that looking?
You got a hairdryer.
There we go.
It's hangs
Hair
right
dryer
there.
is holstered underneath.
There's a
And-
little stool here. I wonder if that lifts up. Yeah, it does. So you could have extra.
Oh,
Oh, not really.
not a lot of
Oh, you
storage.
can switch it over to use it as like
Oh,
a table.
like a table.
Like a coffee table or an end table.
Fancy pants.
That's what that's for. You've got
And-
some more open concept
We
shelves.
did purchase some water before we were on board because the drink package does not include water on this
You can
ship.
get tap water with ice and that, but this is nice to have to grab in our backpack for getting off in the morning time.
Yes.
And there is a bar fridge in here.
And you have bar items, but that is also not included in your drink package.
No, that's for
So
purchase.
do not drink it.
And there's a makeup mirror tucked
Oh,
in
look at
here.
that tucked in there. Yeah. And here we have the thermostat, which I thought was really cool because it has your warm and cold. Obviously, we're all the way down to cold. We've got the fast cool. You get this, and it's like a shot of cold. Snow comes out of the vents, and it cools you off really fast.
It does not.
Yeah, you're right, but maybe it just gets cold really fast.
You've got a couple
We're going to put it to the test this week.
hooks there. The closets light up.
Oh, has lights in the closet.
Fancy. One full length closet there. And then this side has your little, it's a tiny safe. You wouldn't put a computer or a laptop in there or anything.
Get a couple drawers.
Couple drawers, 2 of them.
And over beside the cupboards.
And over here is open shelving. So you've got 6 open shelves here to store stuff.
All the way to the floor.
Go on in.
Ooh, it's got fancy lighting and a whole bunch of shelving above the toilet. It has a really interesting drainage system in it. Check that out. And we got a clothesline in the shower.
Clothesline and a shower, adjustable. Couple shelves in here. Actually, it feels like a pretty spacious shower.
Yeah.
It does not have a bar for shaving your legs though, ladies.
This is the bathroom and it got more hooks on the back of the wall. There you go. That is an inside stateroom. It actually is a little bit larger than we expected.
It is.
On the ship. We are out on the deck now. We came out of our cabin. We have no luggage yet, so we unpacked a little bit of carry-on. And now we are here. And don't you want me, baby? Off we go. Your eyes do not deceive you. I have got some meatloaf and some pizza and some brown sauce. Let's give that a try and see what that tastes like. Norwegian meatloaf test, number 1. Got a little bit of brown sauce. That means beef gravy, I believe. Some places in the UK they said brown sauce was HP sauce, but this is not HP sauce. That's good. This is the best thing I've had in Norwegian so far. I've only been here a couple hours.
Oh my. Here we go, everybody. Here we go. It's going to be
one of those
12
cruises.
days of him
Meatloaf.
comparing everything to Meatloaf.
Look at me. I am helping unpack. True story. Look at that.
Look at that.
First time for everything.
Is the dream work. Is that the saying?
I'm tired now.
You're tired from picking out a piece of clothes out of the
Let's see, how's the
suitcase?
clothing count going in here?
It's getting there.
It's getting there. It has happened. We are going to dinner, and we didn't get one of our suitcases.
Yeah. Well, we're going for a happy hour drink, so we still have almost an hour till dinner. But yeah, this is the latest I think we've ever waited for a suitcase. So we're still missing one of our large ones, the one that has all our cosmetics in, and most of our casual clothes. We do have our cruising clothes, so you can see that we've changed. But yeah, we're still waiting for one.
There we go. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
There you go.
Unless we leave the port and we don't get it by tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Luckily for us, we're traveling with good friends. I was able to go in and borrow her brush, at least, and brush my hair.
There you go. Hopefully we don't have to borrow their toothbrushes tonight.
Oh, that would be awful.
Off
Don't
we
say
go.
that.
Tonight's dress is blue. And looks like it's about 3/8 length. There you go. And beige sandals. That's all I got. Looks like a 3/4 length sleeve as well. Where do you think she's going for a pre-dinner drink? Ooh. Might be sugarcane. We're bellied up to the bar for the first pre-dinner cocktail of the cruise. We have 6 o'clock dinner reservations in the main dining room. We've already arranged that. So all we have to do is choose a drink. Building the Caprina.
Thank you.
And look at that. Thank you.
Perfect. Delicious. Made with fresh strawberries and everything.
Last time you were at this type of bar on a Norwegian ship, we weren't even vlogging yet. Years ago. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. I thought I would run outside here and see the deck party going on. I'm gonna let my Crown Royal breathe a little bit, and I'll show you. We have started moving. We are heading out of Southampton. The IKEA is back there. And we are moving forward. Here we go. We have never sailed out of Southampton before. Now our dinner reservation's in about 10 minutes, so we're probably not gonna see much more than this. Here we go. Goodbye Southampton, goodbye United Kingdom. It's been wonderful coming back to you again. We will return. Let's give you a little bit of atrium room views. We have come down from the elevator there from sailing away. And in the atrium here, they've got a gift shop, which I always thought was kind of weird on this style of ship. And there we go. The main dining room is called the Summer Palace. I'm going to give you a little bit of a shot of the main dining room here, the Summer Palace. We love a main dining room, especially me. Hello. Got a little bit of art here in the main dining room. I'm liking the staircase too. Looks like our table right here. Okay, here's a look at the very first menu on the first night of the cruise in the main dining room. Got some yummy appetizers. I'm actually really liking the looks of that. We got some classic entrees, which I don't think ever change. And then we have today's featured entrees on the top right. And they try to upsell you to Cagney's, but I'd say just go to Cagney's. And then there's desserts that are coming later on. And we've had some bread come to the table. There you go. You know I love a cruise line that has tablecloths and bread to the table. Captain just came on. We're in the main dining room here, and we had a bit of an update about what's going on with immigration. This is a new change getting into the UK and Europe because of the new regulations and Brexit. So we were wondering how this is going to work. We thought maybe we'd have to pass through immigration going into France tomorrow because that's our first stop is Le Havre. But we just heard over the PA system that we have to surrender our passports tonight if you're non-European, and they will keep those, and that was a request of the French government. So we're going to have to go to guest services at some point this evening, surrender the passports, and then we get them back, I assume, tomorrow is the plan. The food has started arriving, and we'll start over here.
Yeah, I ordered the shrimp cake as my appetizer.
Look how small that is.
Yeah, it's very tiny. I kind of wish I knew it was going to be this small because I might have ordered a second appetizer.
Put your hand there. Show us how small that is, because that's really small. There you go.
Really small.
And I managed to score 3 raviolis. Going a little bit out of my comfort zone because it has lobster sauce on it. So I'm not sure what that's going to be like. So, anyways, I almost forgot to film it, but you're getting to see the very end of it. It's that good that I dove right in. But you only get 1 piece of bread, so 2 appetizers is always the rule in Norwegian. Our dinner has arrived, and I'm going to skim over mine because someone stole my dinner idea.
So we are both. This happens very rarely, everybody, as you know, but Mr. Canuck and I are both having the same dinner tonight, which is chicken piccata.
Okay, we're sitting here in the dining room, just finishing up dinner, and we can see that the pilot boat is heading on by.
Dessert has arrived, and of course, I've gone with something I normally do, creme brulee, one of my favorite desserts out there. But look they have a chocolate lava cake on the menu right now that one of our friends ordered. That looks good.
Dinner is done. We are on the run, trying to get to the theater for a show at 8 o'clock. Dinner was good. Portion sizes small in the appetizers, but pretty good meal. Enjoyed the chicken piccata, and we'll see. I'm not sure if we can film the show, but we'll find out what's going on in a few minutes. One thing we haven't told you yet is we are still looking for 1 piece of luggage. It's after dinner, it still hasn't showed up. So we're hoping to turn the corner here and see if the luggage is here.
Oh, shoot. It's not.
And the luggage is not here. I think we're gonna have to call the front desk because we're officially missing a piece of luggage. Okay, update on the luggage. We just called down to the desk and say we still don't have our luggage. It is almost 7:45, and they had told us that the luggage isn't expected in the rooms until 8:30 is the deadline for when luggage arrives. So by far the latest luggage arrival time that we've ever heard of on a cruise ship. We're gonna see if we can get down on the show one time after we stopped in here. But yeah, we were one of the first people to check in on this cruise line. So we were checked in at 10 o'clock in the morning. So they're telling us it's gonna take possibly 10.5 hours to get it from the pier to our room. So never had that before, that's for sure. We are almost there to the Stardust Theater. And looks like Mrs. Canuck is dying to see a comedian tonight. The Magic Man. Check out this funky little hallway.
Yeah, it's a cute spot, isn't it?
And our first views of the theater are coming in. Well, we thought we came at the lowest level. There's still another lower area to get to. Off we go. I'm sure we're not going to be able to record the show, but this is what the theater looks like here on the Norwegian Pearl.
Steady thing. Jerry's been mixing it. I predicted the future. This side. Come on, people, this side! This side! Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to rehearsals.
We have stories to tell, but first we're going to see if the luggage is here. It's after the show, and I was kind of part of the show.
Not there.
No suitcase. We are officially missing luggage. You just get me because Mrs. Canuck is on a hunt for her luggage. So we called guest services, said that we were still missing luggage. And it is 9 p.m. So it's missing for 11 hours. And we are hoping that they said there might be an area called unidentified luggage. So maybe the tag fell off. I don't know. I've taken a picture of our other level 8 luggage because it looks identical. And I'm going to join her there and show her what it looks like. There we go. We have luggage. There it is. So as you just saw, we did finally eventually get the luggage. It was in unidentified. A little odd because our luggage tags are not normal luggage tags. They are literally like a steel cord attached to a hard plastic case. Anyways.
At least we have it.
We have it, which is the good news.
Get to brush our teeth tonight.
Okay, we're back in the cabin. I wanted to show you what I was telling you about. So this is the tag that was missing off the other suitcase. It's identical to the one we have on this suitcase that we did have. And you can see where my fingers are holding. This is a steel cable held onto a very firm plastic case that, you know, I could yank this thing all day long and I can't get it to come off. And inside of that is our identification. So, and on top of that, that was missing. And on this other suitcase has the same thing as this. And inside here is a little identification thing. And I can't get it with one hand. Inside there's a little paper. And in that paper, it has our information about who we are and all that type of stuff. So that was all attached to the suitcase, even though the room one was missing. So all they would have had to do was look at that ID, look at the manifest, and they would have saw that we were here on the ship in this cabin, and they could have brought us our luggage. It is being frantically unpacked, even though it is almost bedtime, because we lose an hour tonight. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot to unpack here. So a whole bunch has gone on. You've seen bits and pieces as it played out. Let's start with getting on the ship. You saw that. We can rush through that stuff real fast. It took almost till noon, but we were on just before noon, I think 5 minutes before.
Yeah, 10 to 12, I think we got on the ship.
So interesting setup here in Southampton. At least at this terminal, we had to go through security first and then prove that we wanted to be able to get on the ship. So
yeah, generally we're used to having to show that we have at least a boarding pass before they let us on the doors. But that was, no, we didn't have to show our boarding pass until we got right up to the counter.
yeah, so that was the first piece done on board. We had a lunch there. It wasn't my thing. I usually love the pub here on Norwegian, but yeah, I got to try some other things and see how it goes. But it was okay. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. And then we managed to do what? We started to get our luggage, but we only managed to get one big piece of luggage and our 2 carry-ons we brought on board. We started to get a little worried because it was dinner time by the time we were unpacked and ready to go. We still didn't have a piece of luggage.
And it was a large piece of luggage that had every single piece of cosmetics and all of our casual clothes. So the suitcase that I had all our formal evening wear arrived, so at least we were able to change to get ready for dinner. But luckily for us, we're traveling with my one of my best friends for many years, so I had to go to her cabin and borrow a brush, do a little touch-up.
So yeah, so that's where we left till we went to dinner. Which we went up for a drink, pre-dinner cocktail at
For Sail Away.
What's it called up there at the
Sugar Cane.
Mojito bar. And that was nice. We did that. We went down to the main dining room. We were able to get a seat for 4 by the window, so that went all really well.
Yeah, very nice dinner.
I thought dinner was really well. I think I told you
Food was
earlier.
good.
I thought appetizer portion size was really small.
Definitely
The dinner
small.
size was good and really tasty, so I liked dinner. It was hot. Everything was good. And then we rushed across. We thought we'd come back and find our luggage finally, because we thought we never had luggage not appear by like dinner time.
So this was 7:30. We came back to the room after dinner.
No luggage.
No luggage.
We called the front desk and said, I think we're missing luggage.
They told us that luggage will be delivered until 8:30, and so not to worry. So then we went to the main theater show.
Okay, so before we get back to the end story for the luggage, we'll tell you about the main theater show. Because we were in the front rows, and it was a magician / comedian.
Yeah, so that was strange. Welcome Aboard show was on the schedule, and just as we went to go in, they said, oh, they're changing the program, and it's no longer a Welcome Aboard show. That's going to happen tomorrow night, and we have a magician
Hold on.
tonight.
I thought I had heard that they said it was upstairs in the Spinnaker Lounge that Welcome Aboard at 10 o'clock tonight.
No, there's a Welcome Aboard party.
Oh, it's a
but
party.
The Welcome Aboard show will be tomorrow night.
Okay, so the comedian comes up, we go through, and we're in the front row.
Not a comedian, a magician.
Well, magician / comedian, I argue.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's kind of one of like read minds type of thing, but he played it up like he was really terrible at it, and had a few people come up and guess, pick an animal but don't tell me, and he would try to guess it and draw pictures and kind of made fun of himself.
Yeah.
Then
He pulled Mr. Canuck up.
I had to go up on the stage, and he gave me an envelope, this envelope, that was in his pocket the whole time he was doing the rest of the set, as far as we know. And he said, take out the piece of paper that's inside, which is this piece of paper here. And he said, read that out to everybody. So I did. And basically, it says that he had a dream last night of being on the ship, and he was talking to people, and he came up with the 3 things that he had asked for people much earlier in the show were on the piece of paper.
Right.
Was the number right? 550?
550 was the correct number.
And someone had asked about an animal. They had said dog. Dog was on here. And someone had asked, actually, a friend that we're traveling with, what kind of food at the grocery store. And they said baked beans. All three were on this piece of paper in his pocket the whole time he was doing the whole bit. So how did he do it?
I don't know. It's why I don't like to go to these shows, because I just leave frustrated. I was frustrated before the show started because I didn't have my luggage. Then I got more frustrated watching the show.
That's for sure. She was a mess.
I was a hot mess. Like, get me out of here. No, I mean, obviously entertaining. Yeah, it was a good show, but I have no idea how he did it.
So then we left the theater. We came back to our room thinking, okay, our luggage is here.
It's got to be here. It's 9 o'clock at night.
He saw that. We walked down the hall. No luggage still.
No luggage. So then I called again, and they said, come to guest services.
And they said, come to guest services for missing luggage or unclaimed or untagged or something like that. We thought that was kind of strange because our tags are pretty bulletproof. And
We've never had a problem like this. 51 cruises. This is the first time this scenario's happened
it's
to
not
us.
it's not like we stapled on the paper tag.
No, we have them in a hard plastic casing with a metal cable.
You could send these tags to the moon and back, I think.
Well, apparently not.
Can't send them to Norwegian and back.
We can prove that they get taken off or undone or something happens, because we eventually stood in there's a very giant line at guest services because of having to bring in passports. But when I finally got to the front of the line, they said, oh yes, we have your luggage, when I said I was looking for a yellow and black suitcase.
So that's the luggage thing all done. We found the luggage.
We finally got it at 10 o'clock at night.
And we have handed in our passports. Friends of ours lined up in the long line to hand the passports in because we were busy hunting for luggage. We had to hand the passports in because of the new regulations of coming from Britain into Europe, that they decided to take our passports. Kind of old school. We haven't done that in quite a while. I think Ireland was the last time we did it.
That's true.
And so they have our passports right now. That's because we are getting up tomorrow. We're going to be in France, and we have an excursion booked tomorrow, so we have to get up at like 5-something in the morning. To make that more complicated, never ended tonight,
We have a busy night.
we had to move the clocks forward tonight.
Yes.
You're all caught up, and hopefully tomorrow is much smoother as we head to Paris.
Yes. So excited.
Okay, so get some sleep. We're definitely going to get some sleep, and
We sure hope so.
we'll join you tomorrow as we hop on the bus and we head in to Paris, France.
Yes.
Thanks for watching our Embarkation Day video. And we're going to be doing 11 more videos of 11 more days that are still coming up on this cruise.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're a lot more smoother than how today went.
It was smooth at periods with a little bit of rockiness.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.